If anybody else decides to join, we will let them in, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So welcome to our webinar, Unlock a World of Support with Help Me. The value of a well-supported, engaged, and knowledgeable school or community is more ap apprehended than ever. Today, we will discover the transformative capabilities of Help Me, an innovative app designed to redefine the delivery of support and resources in school and communities. My name is Joshua Jones, and I am the new engagement intern for Digital for Good X I Can Help. And today we are joined by Kevin Askew from Stop It Solutions, who you'll get to learn more about it in a moment. Maybe we go to the next slide. Awesome. So before we get started, I want to share a little bit about Digital for Good X hashtag I can help. We are a nonprofit that educates students and adults about digital citizenship, safety, wellness, and literacy. Through our programs and events, we aim to celebrate youth innovation, empower student changemakers, and promote digital safety. Digital for Good reaches thousands of students nationwide, and our impact is amplified even further by the train the trainer learning model featured in our curriculum. At the foundation of our work is the idea that students are the core of the solution to online toxicity. The more we can do to train, guide, and support our students, the more likely they are to take positive action. As a brief reminder before we get started, we have opened the chat feature to comments and questions from audience members. We'll be holding a Q&A session after the presentation, so if you would like your question to be featured during the segment, please add two pound signs to the beginning of your question. Now, without further ado, allow me to introduce our guest speaker, Kevin Askew. Kevin graduated from Rider University and has various experiences and diverse skill set, excuse me. He has extensive experience in marketing, sales, and management. Currently, he works for Stop It Solutions, which is a comprehensive um, SaaS solution that mitigates, deters, and controls cyber abuse in schools, universities, the workplace, and beyond. The Stop It wrap around solution empowers people to protect themselves and one another online, online and on social media. Stop It also equips students and organizations with streamlined incident management tools and educates and inspires communities about cyber safety. Thank you for joining us today, Kevin. I'll pass things over to you.
Thank you, Joshua, and thank you to the I Can Help team. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to be here and for our partnership. Just a little bit about Stop It before I get into talking about our Help Me program. As we were founded in 2013 as a company who wanted to give students a voice to come forward and share concerns for themselves or others, or report on school safety issues when they saw something wrong in their school without wanting the label of a snitch or a rat or somebody who couldn't be trusted. We've evolved over the last 10 years to be able to provide full service school community safety and wellness support programs. And one of them I will show you today, which is our Help Me program. Next slide, please. Next slide. All right. So, I think this is a pretty powerful picture, and I do this at the beginning of all my conversations with educators. Our students come to school every day. They have their physical backpacks filled with, school items, maybe a snack, their gym clothes, school supplies, but they're also carrying things that we don't see. Um, Basic needs insecurities, trauma, suicidal thoughts, mental health challenges, being victims of bullying, right? All of these things that they're suffering with, they bring from home to school with them, and that puts a barrier on their ability to learn. So I want to talk with you about how we can help solve some of these challenges for the students. Next slide, please. So at the core of who we are and what we do, we help schools keep their students safe. We do that through our enterprise technology solutions. We do that with a best-in-class team on the back end, from our crisis center to our implementation, engagement, and sustainability teams, and our training and engagement programs for students, staff, and families. Next slide. So the problems we address and what we'll talk about, these first two here, violence on campus and youth suicide. If you're an educator or you watch the news, you know that both of these things have been out of control over the past 10 years. We want to be able to provide students, staff, and families a safe place to express concerns for themselves or others while providing the privacy and dignity that everybody deserves. Next slide, please. Just a snapshot of where we work. We work in just under 1,800 school districts across the country, so helping to keep safe over 4 million students now. Next. Through our programs, we've received over 300,000 reports or requests for help. Program administrators in our program have exchanged over 400,000 messages with those reporting. Our internal crisis center has monitored over 60,000 serious incidents and escalated over 20,000 emergency interventions during the time. Next. So some of the trends that we're seeing, especially as we were going through and coming out of COVID, we saw an 83% rise in mental health and basic needs related reports coming through our network over the last 36 months. And what that equated to is also a 50% rise in emergency escalations that our team monitors and then escalates within 20 to 30 seconds every single night. But on the good side of things, we're starting to see outcomes of those reports being more restorative and supportive versus punitive. And we believe by the end of 2024, the majority of actions taken on the reports submitted through our programs will be in the restorative or supportive category. Next. So I mentioned some stats and you saw some numbers, right? This is actually what students are saying through our program, right? And you can just slowly go through these, Josh. And if you can just stop on this one for a second, right? So you see here, my friend is cutting and says she's fine, but I know she isn't. She isn't eating and it's beginning to show. Our crisis center escalates about 40 life-threatening reports every evening, and half of them are cutting or self-harm related. And so it's, same topic, just different language. And it really is heartbreaking to see our students continuing to struggle. But the good thing is we're providing a platform where they feel safe enough to come forward and share that information, either to get themselves help or to get help for a friend. Next slide, please. So you can go further through that. Wait, let me just stop. Yeah, just stop here for a second. So if you are an educator, we'd love to know, what's needed in your school community? Is it easy access to school and community resources, including linkages to basic needs and family engagement content, immediate crisis support, a safe and anonymous space for students, staff, and families to share concerns? If any of them apply to you and are important in your everyday, please just drop 1, 2, or 3, or any combo of that in the chat. Next slide, please, Josh. And one more. So let's talk about our HELPme program. And so our HELPme program is a trauma-informed student support program. It's app-based platform. It offers a secure, private, and immediate way to access a variety of resources and support tailored to the unique needs of each individual user. At the heart of it is a simple yet powerful idea. Everyone deserves immediate access to support exactly when and how they need it. If you're a parent searching for school resources, if you're a student looking to help a friend in distress, Help Me offers a comprehensive suite of tools to address a wide range of its needs. It's very versatile, very configurable. If parents are looking for, school who offers a weekend food program, they can look into the resources section of their school's program. Students looking to find help for a friend who's struggling. Teachers who are also struggling. Sometimes we forget about taking care of those who take care of the kids, providing them with the ability to access crisis counseling during stressful times. Next slide, please. So we're just going to go through these pretty quick. So the core features, 4 ways to access mobile through downloading an app, a web portal, Chromebook apps, as well as a 24/7, 365 hotline. Next one. Immediate crisis support, like I mentioned, through crisis text line, and you can go through these pretty quick, Josh. Communication platform, 2-way anonymous messaging between those reaching out for help and program administrators on the back end who are doing their best to investigate and gather more information to resolve the report. Cloud-based incident and inquiry management system for program administrators to be able to see trends on how their program is being impactful within their school district right down to the building level. A 24/7, 365 always on crisis center, monitoring every single report that comes through the program, looking for anything life-threatening or imminent threat, and they start the immediate emergency protocols that they determine with the school district at time of implementation so that we can get students, staff, or families the help that they need when they need it. Robust admin reporting, as I had mentioned, on the back end. And that resource hub, right? So this really provides a digital pathway that removes barriers to access and increase accessibility of resources and supports. And it gives you the opportunity to streamline all of your support offerings to student families and staff in one easy to access virtual hub through that Get Resources section. Those resources can then be tailored and responsive to community needs as they arrive. Next. Safety and wellness content. We do provide some content for districts to push out to their students around anxiety and depression, suicidal ideation, bullying and cyberbullying, all available through that resources section. So let's look at the 3 buttons and how they work. So skip through, Josh, to another slide here. Here we go. All right, access to resources. So you can see that first button and look on that second phone image, and that can be fully configurable right down to the campus level. We've also just released categories and folders, so you can take all of the resources that you want to make available to your school community and break them into categories so that it's easier to access, whether it's mental health resources, whether it's basic needs resources, self-help videos, national and local helplines, or even just your regular school community resources that you have on your website that you want to pull in and make easily available through the app. And so, you look at this integrates, within your school improvement plan, and it's a resource connection for families as part of the McKinney-Vento program. Next. So think about families in your school communities. What are some benefits you see for them to have resources available through the Help Me app? One thing, I like to bring up is, if there's a family struggling with basic needs insecurities, being able to provide them a gateway to be able to access resources without them having to come forward and self-identify allowing them to protect their privacy and dignity will mean the world to them and their family because they don't have to perform their poverty. Next one. So you can see here, food and housing insecurity are strongly related to depression, anxiety, eating disorders, suicidal ideation, and other mental health issues. And, people talk about mental health and school safety as if they're two separate topics. They're not. They're mentioned always in the same sentence, and without good mental health and wellness, you can't have school safety. And if you see here too, our Help Me program acts as an MTSS Tier 1 support and increases family engagement and supports the well-being and academic success of all students. Next one. And here, okay, so 24/7 real-time support through our partnership with Crisis Text Line, which is a national non-for-profit. At any one given time, they have about 4,000 trained crisis counselors ready to receive reports from individuals who need help moving from crisis to calm. And the integration here within a school improvement plan provides equitable social and emotional support access for all students. Next. So think about this, what are some barriers for students, families, and staff who have needs but don't currently reach out for support from your school? Why are they not coming forward? What's holding them back? This is what I want to think about and address in the next section here. Next. So help from your school, a two-way anonymous communication channel, really to provide, that positive culture and environment strategy, provide staff wellness, provide a two-way safe communication channel with not only families, but students and staff, and provide that virtual help center for your entire school community. So under MTSS Tier 1, this is school safety strategy, providing anonymous reporting. So students are able to come forward on behalf of themselves or a friend, not have to self-identify. But what we see in about 50 to 60% of the reports coming through our program, it's somebody coming forward on behalf of a friend, and they are identifying that person who is in need, allowing the districts and program administrators the ability to be able to action upon those reports and get them the help that they need. Next. So very important, sitting in between, as I mentioned, those reaching out for help and those program administrators sitting on the back end at the school district is our 24/7, 365 help center. They are real-time monitoring every report that comes through as the district receives them and immediately escalating to crisis teams or emergency services those reports are at or asks for help that are deemed life-threatening or imminent threat. The average time for them to do that currently sits at between 20 and 40 seconds. What'll happen if something life-threatening comes in, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, our team will pick up the phone and call predetermined emergency contacts within the district. And if they don't get one of them, they will call a 24/7 local law enforcement dispatch number that the district gives us at time of setup and implementation. This gives us the ability to get students the help that they need when they need it. Next. So data is really important, right? So actionable intelligence through a variety of online reports for program administrators gives schools and communities the power to show where and how resources are needed. Like I mentioned, our reporting is right down to the campus or building level, allows you to see trends and really be able to hone in on the resources that each individual segment of your school community needs. Through our Help Me app, we know that 82% of the engagement is done using the mobile app. 40% of those who download Help Me have engaged in one way or the other. You can see how important the providing a strong self-help resources section is, because 66% of those who engage utilize the self-help resources. 21% crisis text line, and then 13% of those who engage with the program is through a direct reach out to their school for help. Next one. So once a district signs on with us, we don't just say thank you very much and you're on your own. Our team works with you on every single aspect of your program, whether it's setup and configuration, training your admins and response teams, as well as training your users on how to ask for and receive help, as well as providing toolkits to support training and program launch, as well as community awareness of the program. Next. So when it comes to engagement after implementation, that's where our engagement team takes over, right? They work with you on school community communication, collaboration, and then community adoption of the program. Next. So they'll work with you to facilitate collaborative learning sessions with all the stakeholders within the district as they plan for a successful launch and sustained utilization of the program. They'll quickly learn about the district objectives and co-create a plan, because we want this to be a program that is your program with our support. And we work to easily integrate into your school improvement plans, bolster supportive MTSS efforts, and streamline student support and discipline processes. And then we also develop a communication and engagement roadmap that aligns with your district vision and outlines action steps and timelines for what success looks like within your program. Next. So student adoption is the first step towards engagement and impact. So the more groups that we can work with within your district to get the word out, to get students excited about having the resources and the support that's provided by their district through the Help Me program, will lead to significant engagement and then impact through the life of your program. Next. So then the last part is about, privacy. We know how important data privacy is. We have industry-leading technology solutions that continuously monitor our platforms and infrastructure, ensuring your data is safe, secure, and kept confidential. We do have SOC 2 certification and full compliance with FERPA, HIPAA, and COPA. Next. So if you are interested in getting more information, we'll leave my contact information up here for a little bit of time. And at this time, I think, Josh, we can open it up to any Q&A.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin, for your amazing presentation. I do appreciate that. Now it is time for the Q&A session. Again, if you would like your question to be answered, please add the £2 to the beginning of your question, and we'll go ahead and take it from there. Any questions? While we're waiting on for some questions, I did have one. So me being a college student, what are some schools that you work with, and what were some like successes that you had when collaborating with those schools?
So we work mostly in the K through 12 space, but there's numerous success stories. We get emails from superintendents on a weekly basis letting us know that because of the information received through the Help Me or Stop It programs, that we've either saved a life or been able to take weapons out of a school and avert a school tragedy. So anytime we get messages like that, it's so inspiring. And that's what gets us up in the morning to do our job every day.
Yeah, that's super important, especially during times like these. I think that app and everything that you mentioned in your presentation is so important. So I really do appreciate that insight a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course, of course. Do we have any other questions so far? Just going to make sure that we cover everybody. Oh, perfect. Marlene asks, how many schools do you currently have utilizing this?
So this program now that's been in our Help Me program, which we've had for about 2 years now, we're getting close to about 250 districts, which is about 1,000 schools. But overall, our safety and wellness solutions are in almost 1,800 school districts and almost 9,000 schools.
Oh, that is super incredible stats. I mean, that really goes to show you like how it's like very useful. Like that's super incredible. So how did you guys get the word like did you guys do like word of mouth? Like what was like the marketing strategy to push out this app that you guys come up with?
Yep, we have a lot of good partners all across the country who really believe in the mission of keeping students safe and well. And we work very closely with them to get the message out across the country.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Marlene.
Yes, thank you, Marlene. But yeah, I think that is all of the questions that I have, and some others. So, yeah, we can move on to the next slide, please. Awesome. So as a thank you gift for everyone attending today, we are giving out free access to our digital safety course for educators and parents. You can access the course for free by using our coupon code dig safety 10 before June 30th. So you have a month to be able to use our coupon code. Again, it is dig safety 10 all caps. Next slide, please. Awesome. As we close out today, I encourage everyone to scan the QR code on your screen to get updates or even more great events and free resources from Digital for Good X hashtag I can help. Thank you again, Kevin, for his wonderful presentation, and thank you to our audience members for tuning in.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank